Hi, hi everyone. Sarah URANUS, Sailor Skyworld Amara here, and today we're going to talk about the Unstraight folks and Sailor Moon, and if Sailor Moon was the first drawing show to have unstraight folks in it. A lot of folks like to say Sailor Moon was the first drawing show to have unstraight selves in it, but I don't know if that's true or not. Someone who's going to have a lot of time on their hands can go look that one up and tell me. Now, when we first think of the unstraight folks in Sailor Moon, the first one that comes to mind is Zoisite. Well, and all the other drawing shows, yeah, true. And Deke, no, Zoisite was a woman. Now, a lot of folks felt that Deke had no right to make Zoisite a woman. And Deke's real Zoisite was a woman, but in Toei and all the other tellings of Sailor Moon, Zoisite was a man. Now, first off, a lot of folks say, well, why did Zoisite have to be a woman? Well, first, Deke Glee, which was owned by the Walt Disney business, both Deke and Disney did not want anyone at UPN or WB to freak out about unstraight selves in a drawing show from Dawnland. 2, they didn't want to have any teachers or bearers or keepers who watch the show and then make a big deal about it. You know, the mindset of trusting and understanding and loving and onlooking is not it's back then, the mindset, the trusting, the understanding, of folks who are unstraight, how they choose to see themselves as unstraight, that's up to them. But the understanding and the trusting was not there like it is now. So back then, if anything was unstraight on a farseer show, film, or play for children, well, that was a no-no back then. So that's why Zoisite became a woman. Even though Zoisite did do a lot of sinful, wicked, evil, and lawful things, like stealing and slaying, which we all know that's what she did, and Sailor Moon, she was that deep into the Dark Kingdom. She believed that she was the greatest of all the knights of the Dark Kingdom, thought that she could do what Jedi and Nephlite could not do. Now, as far as the other unstraight folks you have to go to the freest following of Sailor Moon, that being Sailor Moon S, where Sailor Neptune, Sailor SeaWorld, I guess, Michelle, and myself show up as the outer sailor fighters. And a lot of folks, you would think a lot of folks out there give us onlook for being the first unstraight sailor fighters. And I guess for the rest of Sailor Moon that may have been true. But in Pioneer's world, we were near kin. And a lot of folks thought that was not a good thing, didn't think it matched up to what was being done from what was being said. Now, keep in mind, 20 wasn't too far away from between 95 YL, so the mindset, the understanding and trust wasn't where it is now. So yeah, we became near kin. And for the rest of all the offshoots of Sailor Moon, yeah, that may have been true. But in Pioneer, we were near kin. And a lot of folks still scathe that to this day. But once again, Pioneer did not want to be in the same bind that Deke would have been in, with the, YTV and cartoon freaking out over unstraight folks in a drawing show, with bearers, keepers, and teachers making a big deal about it. So yeah, they had to do that. Now, the last unstraight folks you get to, if you want to go that far, is in Sailor Moon SS with Fisheye. Now, after watching Sailor Moon SS sundry times, Fisheye, I believe, is a woman. In that world, she is. she was drawn as a woman and she behaves like a woman. So yes, Fisheye was a woman. Now that may not be true. That may not have been true in the drawing books and the other tellings of Sailor Moon out there. But in Pioneer's world, Fisheye was a woman. And she was made a woman under the same grounds of why Zoisite became a woman in Deke's world. To stop YTV and cartoon from freaking out. To stop teachers and bearers and keepers from freaking out over it. Now, a lot of folks will look at the Viz Sailor Moon and say, well, why did Viz not have to do any of that? Because by the time Viz got the rights to work with what Sailor Moon they did get to work with, they didn't have to worry. Nowadays, most farcier folkworks know how to handle broadcasting shows and films and plays and games with unstraight folks in them. More bearers and keepers and teachers have a more understanding about unstraightness and more trusting and understanding of those who are unstraight. So that's why Viz didn't have to do all that skimming or shifting or cleaning or whatever you want to call it. Now, a lot of folks out there will say, oh, Sailor Moon was the first drawing show to have unstraight selves in it. And I don't know if that was true or not. I know there were many drawing shows from all over the world. And who knows what was the first drawing show to have unstraight selves in it. I don't know. Someone out there maybe have the answer, but I don't got the answer to that asking thing, so I'm going to ask you. But we might have, I don't know. But I do know is that it was bold and fearless for anyone to put unstraight selves in a show or a film or a play or a game. Knowing that the scathing they might get for doing so. So yes, the Toei business was bold enough to do that. Naiko Takiguchi was bold enough to come up with unstraight selves, you know, knowing that some folks might not have the understanding or trusting about it. But at the end of the day, we should all be thankful that the way, the mindset, the stand, the trusting, the understanding, and the forgiveness and love to those who are unstraight is greater than what it was back then. So that's just my thoughts. Give this film a like, share and playlist it, and I'll see you later.